good evening to my brothers. We are live. Welcome to Fanatics Live. I got my brothers with me
Oh
here.
my
I'm gonna
God.
start with the guy that was first here, my main man Ruben. Let me hear from you, Ruben.
What's up, fellas? Glad to be here. My GA, Georgia all day. We won that national championship. We're going to see who's going to win this Super Bowl. And we only got
All
one
right,
black coach left in the NFL. So we need to talk about that as well.
all right. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. Good to hear from you, bro. My brother Timmy. Let me highlight you, bro. What's going on?
What's good? What's good? Just another day at the
Good to
fire
hear.
sale.
I know that's right. Good to hear from you. Good to hear from you. What's up, Cello?
What up? What up, man? God bless everyone. It's always blessed to be on with the fellas. Debating in sports. It's going on year 11 of the struggle, but we gonna get it though.
I know that's right. I know that's right. My brother Dave, let me highlight you. Back just in time, my man.
What's up, man? I got these things for y'all. We're gonna get deep into this.
He got them cupcakes again, y'all. He got them cupcakes again. That's what's up. And
Well, we beat
Donald,
We're
what's
gonna get
going on,
into
my
it.
brother? Good to see you. You got them
Hey,
lights in
what's
the
going
background. I thought I
on?
was in the club, bro.
Yeah, a little something like that. I'm blessed to be here, blessed to spend this evening talking with y'all. But the faster we get this over with, the faster we can see David into these cupcakes. So let's
I
all
know
bank
that.
on that.
Not gonna happen.
I know that's right. And Richie, what's up, man? What's
What's
up? Good to
going
see you,
on?
Rich.
I'm down here in Georgia. It's gonna be a big party down here Saturday night, Saturday all day
Okay.
Saturday.
What
Okay.
part?
Oh,
That
that's what's
bulldog
up.
going on in Athens.
That's what's
Okay.
up. That's what's up. Let me hear from you, Mark.
What's up, man? The number one representative of American team. Your favorite player's favorite team. Your favorite organization's favorite organization.
Oh
I like to say what's up to my fellas. I'm happy to see you guys. You know, and this weekend, like I said, I had to bring out the dog tags because we go on this week. So I'm very prepared for this convo. Let's make it happen, fellas.
That's what's up. That's
All
what's
right.
up. My fellas, we are live, man. I appreciate y'all, man, on the check-in. All right, so first we're going to get into the national championship. As we know, Alabama and Georgia, once again, they faced off. Should have been Michigan, but anyway, Alabama and Georgia faced off. And
What?
as we know, Georgia won. Let's get into it. Let's start with Ruben, man, because I know those your boys.
Them my boys, and congratulations to them. I'm glad we finally went in there and got them Alabama boys and beat them. And I just gotta make a comment. Michigan, no, we demolished Michigan. Anyway, yeah, it was a good game, and I loved every minute of it, man. Loved every minute of it. Oh, and I gotta say, my quarterback, I didn't give him the props. I'm giving it to him tonight. He did a great job. He hung in there and battled and came home with the W. I got to give it to him.
Yeah,
That's what's up, man.
flowers.
Yeah, I
That's
gotta give
what's
it
up,
to
man.
Ruben too, man. Cause last week I said, yo, you ain't worried. They put up what 41 on y'all the first game. Ruben
Yeah,
said, man, I don't care about the points. It's about the adjustments, right? Shout out to you
yeah.
on
Mm-hmm.
that, bro.
That's
Yeah,
what's up,
man.
man. That's what's up. Good shout out to you and your Georgia Bulldogs, man. I gotta say, man, lost to y'all, yeah. But if we're gonna lose to anybody, at least we lost to the team that won it all, man. What you got to say about this, Mark? I'm gonna let you go. I'm not gonna always keep you going last.
Well, I mean, number one, I'm gonna be honest with you. Ruben came out last week pretty much with the most confidence. Anybody know that boys? Ruben knows his boys, and he backed them up 100% last week, man. I mean, going into the game, he showed no fear. He felt that Georgia was gonna make the right adjustments, which actually happened. He said his quarterback was gonna play better, which actually happened. He said his defense was gonna stand up and make sure they, you know, play Georgia football, and that actually happened. So, Mavston, kudos to him for, most of America probably went with Bama. Personally, I'm not a Bama fan. I did go with Georgia, even though I was, little skeptical, but I like when we get on and somebody knows what they're talking about and have the confidence to back it up. Good job, Ruben.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, that's a good job, man. You really did good. Matter of fact, when somebody calls something the way you did, we got something for them. Specifically.
That's right.
You've reached guru status. Wow.
That's a
So yeah, man, shout
That's
out.
the best time y'all used that ever. This was the best time that y'all used that thing. This is
make sure
really
you
Shout out
bring
to
official
that
you.
guru right here.
If I'm not mistaken, and David, I'm coming to you, Tim and Donald. If I'm
Hmm.
not mistaken, just real quick, Ricky's back. I hear him say he's also a Georgia Bulldogs fan?
Yep.
I don't see him.
Yeah,
Well, it
he
was
came in
weird.
and went back out. Yeah, he
He
went back
came
out.
in and he went right back out. Here you go again. Let me hear from you, Rich. If not, then we go on to David.
I see the
All right,
screen, but it's
while he get that together, go ahead, David. Your thoughts on the
No,
national championship?
congratulations to Georgia not taking nothing away from them or the SEC. They had the ability to beat them that first time around. It was just bad quarterback play, got behind. This time
Charlie,
they just this time even once they got behind again, they said, no, we're not doing this
come
again.
here.
And they just tightened up and rolled
Come
out the
here.
wave, man. Good on them for
Hmm.
beating all that talent.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Seems like everybody giving you your props, man. What about you, Donald?
Uh, I mean, first and foremost, I never say congratulations to another team unless it's my own. But I will tell fans of other teams
Wait a minute.
congratulations on your team's success. But no, I mean, overall, I think that was just a great football game that you don't see often. Just from the first game that they played to the second game, you saw Kirby Smart come in, make his adjustments, kept it tough through the first half, and then you saw him come back out in the second half with the other adjustments and just dominated. I think that was just one of the most well-coached games you could ever ask for, especially on the national championship level. It was just a phenomenal game. And then, like say, I will give props to Stetson Bennett, though, because I kid you not, by the third drive, I was like, where's my boy JT Daniels at? Put him in the game because he looked scared. But big props to that kid coming out there, doing his thing. And then at the very end of the game, he had that fumble, and he was like, we ain't going to lose the game on my behalf. And I gained a lot of respect on that kid for that aspect. But just overall, great game.
Yeah, man. It really was, man. I would like to say I thought it was pretty match for the most part. I don't remember who it was that got injured for Alabama. But it seemed like that's when it kind of, to me at least, went in Georgia's favor because you know Alabama is a powerhouse. They always they always in it, always in the thick of it. But Richie's still muted. I'm gonna go to Tim.
I like
might have muted it.
the national championship because there was there's no other team that can do that to Nick Saban and Alabama like that the way Georgia did. They took their time, they studied the opponents well, and they just went out there and beat them. And that's a good game for the Georgia Bulldogs. And the way Ruben called the team the way it was, I give props to him.
That's what's up, man. Richie.
I think Richie backed himself out and muted himself.
I seen him, but his joint is mad low. He keep getting on and going back off, but we're not gonna stay on this topic much longer unless anybody else have anything else to say about it. 'Cause we got
I like to say that I think going into next year, you're gonna have to put Georgia in the top three. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they got enough guys. I know they're gonna lose a lot of defense, but at least they got to be at least top three, top five going back into next year. So it's good to see someone other than Bama actually take down this year. And I, I'd rather see Georgia win it than Bama consistently win it. So it does show that they can be beat. And Georgia proved that if you got a good defense, quarterback who decides to be stable, decent running game, and receivers to step up, that you can beat Bama.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
you saying
man.
Georgia is now the building block to beat Bama? You saying Bama not gonna have a fight in it next year?
No, not at all. What I'm saying is it just showed because if you taking last game that they got blown out at, for them to make the adjustments in score, what was it, 30, 31?
38.
What was it, 30? What was it, 30 what?
38, I think. 38.
All right,
38.
38 on Bama is kind of unheard of. You know what I'm saying? Not that really doesn't happen too often. So the fact that they made that type of adjustments after getting blown out the first game to come back and be able to show that they got the character and the heart to be able to play tough football against Bama, I think that just vaulted Georgia's recruiting and their position in the national rankings next year. So, yeah, I'm not saying they're going to always beat Bama, but what I am saying is they showed that they can be just as competitive with Bama and not have all these five-star athletes and five-star recruits. You know,
It was 33 to 18, not 38. I'm correcting that for you.
hey, 33, any Bama is good to me.
33 to 18. Now they beat them 33 to 18. Like I was saying before, I don't remember his name. I'm not a big college guru like you guys.
Jameson
Jameson
Williams.
Williams did
Jameson
get hurt.
Williams.
Jameson Williams did get hurt. And that definitely affect the game. But Richie's back on, and why his bars is good. I want to try to go to him one more time before we move on from this topic.
And he cuts off.
Yes.
Went off. He's good. You good, Rich?
I'm good. Hey, Mark, quick little thing about Bama and that Georgia game. Georgia only beat them because of their front, defensive front.
Yeah. Elaborate.
He
I think he
froze.
froze. I think he froze.
Tragic.
When he eventually get it together, we definitely gonna give him his time. But if nothing else, man, like I said, I'm glad to see somebody else other than Bama. I was tired of it. Even though Georgia beat us, like I said, I'm glad the team that beat us is the team that won it all. You know.
Who's that? Michigan
Richie,
fan?
Yeah, Michigan.
So, what do you think about Michigan coach going to the Raiders next year?
I mean, I think he's a better, and I said this on the chat, I feel like he's a better NFL coach than college coach. I think he does better in the NFL than college. I wouldn't cry if he left Michigan. Huh?
Stevie, that's official? Or is that just we just saying that?
That's not official. That's Richie saying that.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, because I didn't hear that come out of David's mouth, so
It's gonna be hard to replace a Super Bowl winning coach. So I don't want to hear that crap yet. I like Harbaugh, but wait till we get our ring before y'all even think about anointing him the Raiders head coach.
Well, listen, I don't want him personally. It's just rumors. I don't want him because if you watched him after that Georgia game, and when he was talking, he just sound different now. It just sound like he got Alzheimer's or something. But he don't look and sound the same no more.
It's interesting. I don't feel like he had a
If
great.
he
Well,
ever
since we
goes to
did,
the NFL, if he ever wants to go to the NFL, the only way that Harbaugh is going to be a coach for the NFL is if he with the Bears.
That'd be good.
well, since
Mm-hmm.
we did, we talk about
Because he
coaches.
started his career in Chicago with Mike Dicker.
Let's get into Black Monday, and as Richie said, coined the phrase "White Tuesday." At
Just
least
that
for
one
my
morning.
Giants. At least for my Giants. Since we're not gonna belabor it too long, I'm gonna start with the teams that actually lost their coach. We got three, if you count myself, representatives of the White Tuesday. I'm gonna start with my boy Cello. I haven't really heard from him yet. Um, yeah, man, let me hear your take on Black Monday all across the board.
You talking about?
Whatever you have, and also we
Is
definitely got to
everybody
talk
gonna have it?
about.
Is everybody gonna have their take on this?
Man, this phone is a pain.
We we're not gonna go long. We're not gonna drag it out. We're not gonna have
No,
a
that's.
drag out
But is everybody gonna
because
have their
we gotta
take
get
on
to the.
this?
We might give them a little bit. They might not have it on
I
everybody's
want to hear
team,
they.
but
I want to hear they take first.
Could I go first, please? And that's Cello and Timmy and the
I
rest of
want to
those.
go last. I want to go last.
all right, go ahead, Mark. Go ahead, Mark.
Listen, man.
Give me a little
The,
thing so I can look at it on
one
Mark,
this.
thing you
then
Because
guys
this keep
know
going
about
in and
me.
out.
Listen, one thing you guys
It ain't
know
gonna be up all
about me.
night. Just give me for a little
I'm
while.
Cowboys first, and then second, I'm NFC East, man. And I'm NFC
Just give it
East
to me
till
for a
I
little while.
die. Bro. One thing I like is the fact that
I
the
think
My
Giants
you.
have.
convenience so this gonna be what looking at me.
I think you. I think you.
Charlie, the mic is hardly
Cowboys
that
first,
much.
Jets, then NFC.
Yes, Cowboys first, then NFC East. I'm glad that the Giants finally had
Face
the
chat.
courage. I'm glad they finally had the courage to listen to the fan base and know that, you know what, it's time for a completely different direction. It got to the point where you got one of the most, and I'm being honest, since we on Fanatics, we always honest. Got one of the most important franchise in the league looking like they Pop Warner, man. That's not cool. So I'm happy personally that the NFC East will now have all our teams with good coaches, all our teams with good GMs, and hopefully the Giants in the next year or two can get back to the respectability that everybody used to. You know, I don't like the Giants. Don't get me confused. But I do love the NFC East. The Giants is strong. Everybody else is strong. When the Redskins and the Cowboys and Philly is strong, everybody else is strong. So I'd rather have the Giants looking premium and the whole division looking premium where we, got to battle it out because, like I said, whenever you come out the East and the East is good, the greater chance of you winning the Super Bowl opposed to when the East is weak and then we go into the playoffs and be being questioned.
Okay, Mark. Okay, now let's keep in mind the Giants is not the only team that lost their head coach.
Mm-hmm.
I can run
Understand?
down. I'm sorry.
I don't care about none of them other dudes but the Giants, man.
I know, but understand we're not gonna have a round table about the Giants coach losing his job. We're gonna, there's other teams, Denver, Minnesota. We definitely gotta talk about the Dolphins losing. Brian Flores losing his job. Most people don't understand that, but I'm grateful for that actually. If it work out in our favor, but
So you
let me
think
hear from you. Let me hear from you, Donald, then David.
All right. Like I say, I guess we ain't gonna talk too much about the Giants, but I'll say first and foremost, I think that's the most lucrative head coaching job that there is to take. But I'll just leave it at that. the Brian Flores, that was shocking. I didn't see it coming, but I think that's a blessing in disguise for him if he picks the right team. I hear rumblings about him going to the Texans, and I don't know that that's necessarily the right move. So Brian Flores has one or two options. He's either going to derail everything as a coaching career if he takes the wrong job, or he could build a stepping stone to, maybe a better team down the run, or successfully building a team wherever he goes. I just hope he takes his time and figures it out. I know Dave ain't going to like this answer, but say the Raiders season ends early, which he's going to adamantly say they're not, so we'll just get past that. But if it does end early, they could bring in Brian Flores, and I think that might be a solid choice for him there. But then my last take, so I don't hold you guys too long, is I was really surprised by the Texans firing today of Coley. Not that they had a great year, but I mean, you didn't give him much of a chance or much anything to win. He had a 4-13 record, which I think could have been a little bit better. Wasn't the best, but what did you expect him to do? And then the sad trend is the Texans are going to be a historically bad franchise until that owner is out of there. None of the players like the owner. The owner just doesn't make any good decisions, and that team's going to just completely be on the downfall for, I would say, probably the next 10 to 15 years. So that's just.
They got to move out of Texas. Texas ain't big enough for 2 teams. I already said that.
Let me hear from you, David.
I'm going to tell y'all the one message that Black Monday / White Tuesday sent to everybody, because Cully also got fired today. So now there's only one African-American coach in the NFL. So we need to be paying mind to what that message sent out with Flores getting fired, Cully getting fired. It's only Mike Tomlin as an African-American coach. So this was like a message that we all need to keep aware of and be mindful of. Of the best job opportunities out there, the Giants is a must-have job if you're a head coach right now, because they are not that far away from a rebuild. They are 2 to 3 years if the right person and the right GM comes in there. Same thing with the
fans don't want 2 to 3 years.
Ho. I had an opportunity to go first.
Same thing with the Minnesota Vikings job, because they have talent on offense. They just need to fix the defense.
I'm coming to you, Cello, but let me hear from Richie while his sound is right. Hopefully we can finally get him, and then I'm gonna go to. Oh, you said you wanted to go last, Cello. So I'm gonna go to Richie then Lamar, because Lamar just came on.
No sound, Richie.
And it's
Somebody
on your
muted him.
because it's on here.
He said, go ahead.
Let me hear from you, Lamar. Just to run down the teams real quick. Jaguars, obviously the Raiders.
The Giants.
Minnesota, Chicago, the Dolphins. My Giants, are among the teams who lost their coaches. Lamar, let me hear from you.
Question?
Not really a question, just your thoughts on Black Monday / White Tuesday, as Richie coined the phrase White Tuesday, because the Giants coach got fired on Tuesday.
It's about the head.
Yeah, pretty much. I think the tolerance level and the patience level for coaches nowadays in the NFL is way shorter than it was back in the day. If you're not turning around a franchise in about the first or second year, these owners, they're not wasting time. They're quick to cut ties with coaches and do a restart. Look at our franchise, not to point the spotlight on us, but since Andy Reid, we had about 4 coaches already, and one of them already won a Super Bowl, and he lost his job. So that just goes to show you, man, if things aren't going the right direction, And it's not always about wins and losses. It's about the connection that you have with the players in your locker room and the connection that you have with other coaches on your staff. If things aren't, what the word is chemistry. If there's no chemistry there, owners are quick to cut ties because they understand fans aren't waiting long for success. They want to see quick, immediate success in the NFL. So it's no surprise to see this many coaches losing their job this year.
So you're saying that you think in some cases, the organization should try to stick it out with certain coaches, not every coach. Like in the Giants situation, the fan base kind of wanted Joe Judge out, but in certain cases, they should stick it out, for the long haul. That's how you build, overall, that kind of chemistry with your players, your quarterback, and your coach, and so on and so forth together. That's what you're saying?
I just think that overall success is what matters nowadays, and so it's all about dollars. If you're not winning games, and if your fan base is not behind you, then coaches and owners is going to have short leash with these coaches that are not proving themselves to be competent, to be with what becomes popular nowadays. Back then you wanted a hard-nosed coach. Now it's all about the players coach. Coaches that can relate to players, because this is a different league that we're now in. So I just, if you're not successful, they're quick to cut ties with you.
Results business, man. Results business.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense, and players seem to be wanting to be coddled as well. So, let me go to you, Cello, if you ready, and Timmy and Ruben, I ain't forget y'all. I don't know. I want to go to Richie, but I don't. I don't know if he's gonna be ready.
Tell him to press his mic button at the bottom. Your mic button at the bottom, Richie.
You probably got to go to settings too. Change it from default.
Nope.
Oh.
Why he trying to work it out? Let me hear from you, Cello.
All right. So, first off, Lamar should have got big facts on. You should have thrown that facts on that, because that's so true, Lamar. You right. You right on that, bro.
You right. My bad on that one, L.
Yeah.
I was intrigued.
As far as I just want to know, was the Texans firing, was that really a surprise? He shouldn't have got fired?
No.
Well, he was 4-13 this year, and he was 4-12 last year.
He didn't coach last year.
He was 4-13 this year?
Yeah.
He was 4-13. Giants was 4-13. So why are you surprised about that? But anyway, because we're gonna keep this short, meat and potatoes. I told y'all on the chat, this joint is bigger than Joe Judge. The issue has been going on since after the Super Bowl. I don't care what coach you add in there besides Belichick, everybody would have failed. Now, maybe one or two more, maybe would have won a little more, 2 games. But I feel that Joe Judge, he came in there, rookie coach, it was bigger than him, because the issue stemmed from years before that, with when they hired Dave Gettleman, who didn't draft well. The cap space is trash right now. We didn't have the right personnel, so you expected Joe Judge to fix that problem. So my thing is, listen, the Giants situation is a 10-year issue, and that's why Mark can get at us every year, except for that year we went to the Super Bowl, to the playoffs in 2016. But even that year, remember, the Giants overspent on defense. In 2016, the Giants overspent on defense to make it to the playoffs, and that joint hurt us after that. So we couldn't even keep that team together. And look at the cap situation we in now. We got the worst cap Giants got the worst cap this year. You expect so George Judge had to come in with Dave Gettleman as the general manager. My thing with Joe Judge, I would have been like, yo, I would keep him one more year. Let's just see what he could do with one more year. But at the same time, we know if you're gonna hire a new GM, you want him to have his own guy. So at the end of the day, you get fired. It's a results business. Joe Judge still good. He got his head coach experience. He's still getting paid for 3 years, $15 million. Got his beer and his pizza. He good. TMZ at his door looking at him. He gonna get another head coaching job. He's gonna get another job. So he probably like, hey, listen, I got a good resume. I'm good. Let's go on to
Hold
the
up.
next one.
Go
Go ahead.
Hold up. Hold up. Before we get to the comments and also to Timmy and Ruben, quick question. How you really feel he's going to get another coaching job? What's your
No.
thoughts on it?
Yeah.
No, no.
Yeah, he
After the
will.
Yeah.
Nope.
As a special teams coach, yeah, he will.
Yes. As an assistant,
Or
as
college.
a
He could
special
get a
team
head
coordinator,
coaching
yeah.
college
As a head
job.
coach, he won't
He
see
could
another
be a head
job for
coach in,
5 years.
college if he wanted. He gonna get a head coaching job, even if it's college. It's still a head coaching job, and you know
Cello,
college big money,
When you
Cello's
That's what he
talking,
argument
needs.
is
huh?
we
Cello's
talking
argument
NFL
is
though, right?
head coaching, head
I don't.
NFL coach. No,
I
no,
could
I
see
just
him
said
getting
coach
a
in
coach.
general.
I could see him get another head coaching job in NFL too. Not now, but I could see it happening in the future. You can't say all around Joe Judge like that. That whole Giants issue was Joe Judge fault. It wasn't his fault. This is a 10-year issue,
Hey, I
and then
mean,
it's
Third
a
and
I mean,
9
running a
quarterback sneak, and
QB
that's
sneak
not
on
his
third and
job, and
nine,
that's
that's a
not
Joe
his
ano-
Judge
fault.
issue. That's a Joe
Can
hey,
I
Judge
say
listen,
issue.
the
something?
quarterback sneak. Uh-huh.
Yeah, go ahead, and then I got to get to these comments. And again, Timmy and Ruben, I did not forget y'all.
If put it like this, if what's this dude name that was on Jacksonville that had the head coaching job?
Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer.
If that cat could get a head coaching job for Jacksonville, come on, you mean to tell me
So he's a
His
national
Joe
track
Judge won't
record
championship
get
got
coach.
another
him that job.
opportunity?
He had a good history.
Track
That's
record
why.
Nobody said,
in college? In college?
Yes.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, he was
well
a
look at
national champion.
okay.
Urban
No,
Meyer.
everywhere he went, he put him in sanctions, and they was talking about him. That's why he left. So if he can, what he's saying is, if he can come to the league and get a job after he done did what he did in college, not just the championships, all that other stuff he did,
All right,
then
but
he get another job. That's what he's saying.
Listen, Joe
if
Judge
you
got a
fire,
good resume, fam. Joe Judge
if
got a
you
good
fire,
resume.
if you fire your OC and you fired him because you felt that he wasn't calling good enough plays, and you the head coach. Not in the history of the league has anyone ever seen two back-to-back quarterback sneaks on their own goal line.
Okay,
I mean,
but guess
you
what? Guess
can't
what?
put that on nobody else but the head coach. And when he did
Thank you.
that, that made the management look at him like he was inexperienced. Because even if you at your goal line and you got your back to the end zone, you can run the ball. So, if you got a playbook and your playbook has no runs to gain you no yards and no passes to gain you no yards, your last resort as a coach is to put your quarterback in any danger. Because once he's
What
gone,
quarterback? What quarterback? What quarterback
regardless
we
of
had?
All right,
Who?
fellas,
Frank?
let me get to these. Let me get to these comments, and then
Frank?
I have to let Ruben and Timmy go. This comment is addressed to I believe Cello, what you said. And this came from Mike on the chat. He said, earn, not given. And he also said the league is soft now. That's why they can't handle old school coaches. Pretty much echoing what Mar said. And he also said, echoing kind of what I said, he said, players coach means coddle players. That's trash.
agreed.
Ruben, Timmy, let me hear from y'all on this Black Monday / Tuesday situation.
All right. we've seen many coaches do dumb plays on other teams and still get jobs elsewhere. We've seen coaches do stuff that puts their franchise on blast publicly, and they still get jobs elsewhere. So I don't see why Joe Judge would not get another head coaching job. That's just me.
With that resume.
Plus he's on the favorable side of the coin on the coaches they want to leave. I'm just gonna put it that way. Now, let's talk about the coaches that got fired. Texas coach, that was his first year, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
I would have gave him. They should have gave him another year, because all these other cats getting 2 and 3 years, and they doing 4 to 6 wins a season. That man should have got another year. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that because he's African American. I'm saying that because that's the norm. You know what I'm saying? You get a year to adjust, see who you want, see what you need, then you go from there. You know what I'm saying? First year fired, that's a no-no. Because then other coaches gonna look at that and say, I don't want that job because he's not gonna give me a chance to succeed in that franchise. Other coaches is gonna look at that and say, I don't want that job. Urban Meyer, he should have never got a coaching job in the NFL ever. That's just my take on that about Urban Meyer. I don't know much about all these other coaches. Mike Zimmer, he gonna land somewhere. He can go wherever he wants. Mike Zimmer, he's gonna go somewhere because he has a nice defensive mindset as well as offensive mindset. So he's gonna land somewhere pretty tough. But I just want to see Brian Flores, David Culley, and them boys land back on their feet because they were doing good jobs in the spots where they were, in my opinion, as being a minority and being the head of an organization. That's just my take.
Let me hear from you, Tim. And if we can, after Tim, go to Mike because it looks like he's live. But let me hear.
I believe that the way Flores did for the Miami Dolphins, he had a good, but it wasn't good enough for the owners, and they end up firing him. We're probably going to get him because he's a motivator. And he can get us like wins.
Oh,
you're breaking up.
I think Tim is breaking up.
He froze. You had something to say, Mark?
Can I speak, man? I got a lot to say, man, concerning all this coaching movements, man. How y'all doing, man?
I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you in a minute, Mike.
I'll take a pause.
I'm coming to you in a minute, Mike. Go ahead, Mark, because you was trying to say something before.
I was saying, I just kind of feeding on what everybody else saying. Those days of the hard-nosed coaches gone. Most of these players now are prima donnas. You know what I'm saying? They like to, I don't even think it's cuddled. I don't think they like hard coaching. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by hard coaching is getting yelled at practice, being basically told what you're not doing right, and the way that the league is set up now, like Lamar said, you got like a 3-year window. If you go under 500 2 of those 3 years, your job will be in jeopardy. And it's the fact that certain coaches who have gotten fired this year deserved a little bit more time, but the way these organizations are built, like you got the Texans in football years is still young. So they can't afford to have so many bad years because they'll end up moving. It's the truth. But you got a team like Chicago, Giants, all these premium jobs. And you know what? Even if they would have gave Joe Judge, just say hypothetically, and it's not jumping on the Giants, I'm just saying hypothetically, give him another year with a brand new GM and see what he can do. But these teams so need to win now that after back-to-back or 3 back-to-back bad years, they're ready to clean house, man. They're ready to think that it's the coach's fault or, the coach is always the head scapegoat. But you got in some cases players who underperform and don't perform as good as they should for the coach in order for him to succeed. So it's a real catch-22 where before the player would normally get cut and they'll let the coach ride on. Now it's the complete opposite. Players can be like, you couldn't have told Joe Judge he was going to go into the season and this $70 million wide receiver wouldn't step up and earn that money. So in that case, it's not Joe Judge's fault. You can't tell Mike Flores that, you know what, I got David Tor, and all of a sudden he's mediocre. My receiving core from, just last year they had a pretty decent receiving core. This year their receiving core was pretty mediocre, and their defense was just as mediocre. So it's not cool that, and I'm gonna say it. I don't mean anything by it, but I'm gonna just say it that the black coach is now getting the axe without having the opportunity to fulfill their contract to see what they can really do. So, hopefully those positions can be hired and be filled just as much by African American coaches as, any other coach.
We got, and I'm going to Mike because he took a break just to have his say. But real quick, Lamar on the chat, and he's live also. He said Carson Wentz and Doug Peterson is a prime example, Mark. So he's in agreement with what you're saying.
Yeah. Peterson should have never been fired. You can't win a Super Bowl and get fired. That should earn you at least 3 to 4 more years to see exactly if you can go back, because that recipe ain't guaranteed for the next coach. It's just really not.
All right, let's give Mike his time, because like I said, he's working and he took a break just to have his say. But I've seen you before was trying to say something. That's why I had to let you go. But go ahead, Mike, if you still there.
Yeah. First of all, I just want to say to Mark, we'll see him on Sunday live in person. So yeah, really looking forward to this. I had to put that out there to the world. We will be in the building to witness history in the making. And Mark, just know, if it goes down the way that I anticipate, you're gonna hear from me for the next 30 years. You will not live this down. Just put that in your ear.
I'm already 13. I'm already 13.
I digress. It's all about coaching. So let me stick to what the moderator says. So I guess my take on coaching is echo some of what Lamar said and what Mark said. I do feel like the players understand their value. They realize, just like the NBA players who started the wave of realizing, you know what, we control our fate, we control our destiny. We're the commodity, we're the product. And guess what? Because we're the product, we can kind of dictate how we want to do things and don't want to do things. So because of that, players have a little bit more pull than they did back in the day with the older coaches like a Mike Singletary or a Bill Parcells. You wasn't able to do that with them, but you can do that now and kind of force their hands. That, you're not going to yell at me. I'm a grown man. You're not going to direct me and tell me what to do. Or if I don't feel like practicing today, like, it's just a different era, and social media made them, they realize they're a product. So whether they're playing NBA, NFL or not, Antonio Brown, the prime example, he not playing, but he's still a product. So I just want to say, being the only African American, what else is new? It's a short lease. It is what it is. We know what that is. We don't have to even touch it. It is what it is. But there's some talented guys. Eric Bieniemy been interviewed the last 4 years, still ain't get an offer yet. So it's enough to make you say what's going on. But I think that if I was the Giants, I would go after Flores. I like the rumor that's spreading about Deshaun Watson, regardless of his situation. That's where I'm at with it.
So, David, where did all this entitlement come from? You know, because everybody pretty much echoing the same thing.
They
But
look
it's
at the
pretty much
NBA and how those players, a 50-50 split revenue, and they trying to get on that level in the NFL. And I'm not mad at the players for it, but the coaching and the coaches and coaching is paying for it, and you can see it on the field. You can see it on the field this year. But the biggest concern to me and is we're now given an excuse to get rid of coaches early, but for some reason, and I'm still going to harp on it, the African American coach is getting rid of early. Cully only had one season. Mike Flores is 500 and he's gone. But yet the GM in Miami, who's drafting all these bad picks that Flores is still using and producing, keeps his job. Greer still has his job with no problem, even though the head coach was over 500 in 2 years in Miami. It doesn't make sense.
But it's to me, it's clear why Brian Flores lost his job. To me, at least, it seems clear that the GM and the owner believes in Tua. He doesn't believe in Tua. It's documented he wanted Herbert, who went after Tua in the draft. He doesn't believe in Tua. He doesn't want Tua. You know, it's documented. So to me, that's an ego thing. He's our future, is what they saying, and Brian Flores don't believe he can be their future. To me, at least, that's what I don't know. Y'all might not see it the way I see
So
it.
the tenure of the 9-10 year coach that we all kind of grew up on back in the days where Mike Tomlin is pretty much probably him and Belichick, maybe one or two others. You're not gonna get that duration no more, man. Like that, those days are gone. The turnover is 4 years. Not winning in 3 to 4 years, you are exiting the premises, man. And it's not fair because most teams, if you rebuild it, takes about 3 years to even get your player evaluation right and see what kind of direction you want to go. Then after you do your player evaluation, you got to also mix that in with the veterans and then find out what kind of offensive coordinator you have, if he fits the scheme that you want to run, and the defensive scheme, do you have the right defensive coordinator? That takes time too. So when you get rid of the head coach, you keeping the coordinators. That kind of makes no sense because if the coordinators are mediocre to bad, and you sticking in a new head coach, you still with the exact same product, man. It's ridiculous to me, man. I don't like it personally. I'd rather have a coach for a tenure of 8 years to see exactly what he can do. You know what I'm
8 years?
saying?
Wow.
Wait, let me rephrase that. I say 8 years because, like I said, if you're the Texans, you think the Texans is turning around in 4 years, you're out of your mind. They don't have a quarterback. They don't have wide receivers. They don't have an O line. They don't have a D line. So we're talking about at least a 6 year process for them to even get back to, trying to get to a division title. You're not going to do that, and I don't care what coach they get. The division itself is still improving. So now the Texans, you fire the coach and then you bring in another coach 4 years later. Now they back to square one.
And
So how
that's
you?
why I said that's why I said that the Giants fans, like y'all said, they're the big reason Joe Judge gone. Guess what? They don't want to wait to know 3 years. They don't want to wait. They want
At
to
least you're not.
the Giants fans want to start winning next season. So the Giants, John Marinum need to listen. John Marinum need to hire not a good GM. They need to hire the right GM for this market. Because we already seen what the Giants. Listen, you got Giants fans who are also Knicks fans. The patience over here is crazy. You got frustrated Giants fans, and then you got frustrated Knicks fans. Even though the Knicks are starting to kick up a bit, but still, there are still Knicks fans still worried that they could just start losing again. So there's a lot of impatience over here in New York. We not Giants fans not waiting for 3 years, man. They want it to start happening. They want to start seeing results next season. And matter of fact, cats want to see them in the playoffs next season.
All right, fellas. Last say on this here topic. It looked like Donald and Ruben want something
Yeah,
to say.
I just got some. I got something real
Then
quick.
Ruben, then anybody else, and then we moving on.
I'm gonna be real quick with it. I forgot to mention and shout out to Terrence. Make sure he documents this 50-minute mark.
Don't shout Terrence
I
out.
don't care who goes to Jacksonville, but make my man Trevor Lawrence great again. You know I love Trevor Lawrence. Make Trevor great.
I was with you, Donald. You shouted out Terrence. I was with you.
Thank you.
I got. Can I call moderator? Can I call them out, man, for a second? Because it's something I realize y'all fronting right now. I gotta say something about y'all fronting. I'll tell you why.
Talking about coaching?
We talking about coaching. Coaching. Last point. Because Mark said something. Mark said, "Oh, Doug Peterson went to a Super Bowl. How he get fired? Blah blah blah." On the chat, y'all the same dudes that say going to a Super Bowl and almost winning don't mean nothing, but now y'all expect coaches to keep
Doug Peterson won the Super Bowl, bro. What
I'm
you
confused.
talking about?
I don't understand that. I don't understand
Doug
that.
Peterson won the Super Bowl.
Regardless, he still got fired. They go to a playoff game and got fired. I'm just curious as to how y'all flip flopping. That's all I'm saying. Y'all
What you
flip flopping.
talking about? That's
If you win the
misinformation you
Super
just
Bowl, how
gave.
could you not have 4 years? If you win the Bowl, how you can't get 4 years?
You only as
That's
good as what you
ridiculous.
did the day before. You know it's listen, they go with the hot item. Whoever the hot commodity and coach is, that's who they want. I'm not gonna stick with a guy for 5 years if a guy in college has put up historical numbers and he become available. I'm gonna jump on him and get rid of the guy that's been there 5 years because he's the hot item. That's how it goes.
That's why you had so many coaches turn over, because y'all stunk all them years. So you ain't had no choice but to recycle new coaches.
Shanahan,
so I understand what your point is. If you didn't win the Super Bowl, you didn't win the Super Bowl like Lamar. His coach won the Super Bowl when they were underdogs. Not only that, they beat the New England Patriots, who was on top at the time. So his coach should have deserved at least.
Y'all flip flopping, man. Y'all flip flopping, man. Y'all flip flopping.
Won the Super Bowl. Ain't nobody flipped the Doug Peterson won the Super Bowl.
That big hat was good on you, Marcelo.
Let me hear from Ruben, and then we're gonna move on from this topic. We're gonna go to the NFL playoffs.
I'm gonna go get my phone charger.
I just got a question. How can a coach in 1 year evaluate players?
Thank you.
I hear what y'all saying about they want to win now. I understand the concept of winning now. But winning now, if you already suck and you bring a new coach in, what you think he gonna do?
Listen, man, we in the new kid generation, man. We in the new kid generation. They want
I don't care what kind of generation. I don't care what kind of generation we in.
I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just telling you what generation is.
Like, that's what we agreeing that it should take.
Even in the old school era, they gave them at least 2 to 3 years. They gave them 2 to 3 years and see what they do. They gotta keep them past 3 years. But the way things are going now, all you're doing is shoveling bad coach to other teams, because the same coaches that you fire getting hired somewhere else. And it's just a repeat cycle. If they were bad there and they stunk up there, what you think you get confidence when they get somewhere else?
And you know what's another big problem is the analytics. Not saying you can't use analytics, but Cats is focused on the analytics.
Right.
The analytics is saying fire these cats right away if they ain't giving good results right away. It's changing. The game's changing, man. That long wait, it's impatience.
Right.
What's funny is
1 year's impatience. 1 year.
Like we agree with Ruben. We agree with you. Like I don't want it to be a fast. Like it's like, how can you build that fast? But guess what they saying? Well, you need to know how to do your job faster. Because guess what they do in regular jobs? They expect you to get it fast. We paying you to get it done fast. You took this job. I want you to turn around next season.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Go ahead, David and Lamar. Go ahead,
Another
David and
thing.
Lamar. We gotta move on because we gotta
Go ahead.
get to the
Go ahead.
playoffs.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm letting Lamar go. I'm letting Lamar go. He's been
All
waiting
right,
for a
got
minute.
Lamar. Hey, Mark.
Here's what's not said. Here's what's not said. Nobody mentioned this. We don't hear what the coaches said to these owners. It's like a job interview. They're coming in, regardless of the history, and they're sitting down with owners saying, I know the quarterback situation is bad. I know the cap situation is bad. I know the history of this organization. But they're saying, I can fix it. They're promoting their plan on how it's going to get done. And when these owners don't see the results, then they're quick to give them the act too. So that's another perspective on why these coaches is losing their jobs, because their plans are not working.
Nope.
And the NFL got you got the football guys, and then you got the analytics guys. They telling the football guys, analytics guys, y'all gotta make this work. We need this process to happen fast. So
Go ahead,
you took the
Mark.
job. We giving you the money. We expect the results.
If you
Go
look
ahead,
at it
Mark.
and if you go by the top teams in the league, if you notice, all the top teams in the league coaches' tenure is way over 4 years. Way over 4 years. Some of them going into 8 years. And if you look at the bottom half of the teams that's losing, their turnover is 3 years and 3 to 4 years. So and I'm reading Timmy's comment, and like Timmy said, coaches are, once you got a hot commodity and he stays hot, he's not going anywhere. I'm gonna use the Cowboys as an example. We kept Jason Garrett for almost 10 years, man. Jason Garrett stayed
Yep.
8 and 8. Wait, you know
That was
why he
for you.
stayed on the squad? Because the owners believe that Jason Garrett would get over that 8 and 8 hump. So if you're 8 and 8, you still at 500, you have the potential to go over 500. But not every team does that. Not every team will allow their coach to go, all right, you know what? I'm pleased with 8 and 8. And that's what got him fired with the Cowboys, because Cowboy fans in general, I'm just speaking for us in general, we not taking 8 and 8. But then you'll get another team that'll have a coach who's 8 and 8, less than 500, and some of them keep their jobs, man. I just don't understand how come it's gotten to the point where the coach does not get. Matter of fact, I'm gonna use the word a line from Bill Parcells. You want me to go and get the groceries, but you don't want me to cook it. So in other words, you want me to get the groceries, you don't. I can't pick my own draft picks, but yet you want me to coach it. It makes no sense, because if I'm not being able to get the draft picks that I want as a coach,
Right.
and the GM is saying, no, you know what? Let me get this quarterback. But no, I really want this quarterback, like Flores. You know what? I want this quarterback.
Yeah.
That's true.
And listen,
That's true.
one last thing,
Real
Steve.
quick
One
for
last
Lamar.
Steve.
Real quick
One
for
last
Lamar.
thing. One last
Real
thing.
quick for Lamar, because we got to move on. Real quick.
Just one thing.
Because I was
One
slow
thing.
on giving it to him before.
Yeah, true. One thing. When you look at the Raiders situation, right? The head coach took over. The new the what is he, an interim head coach now?
Yeah.
You look at their situation, right? They fired Gruden, right? A owner look at that situation and say, wow, he just took over that job, and look what they're doing. They made the playoffs, and he just took over that head coaching job. The owners look at other teams and be like, yo, look at that fast turnaround. Why can't we make a fast turnaround?
That's not a fast. That wasn't a
No,
fast.
listen, he wasn't the head coach, bro. He was not the head coach. Though he was on the staff, he was not the head coach. And owners are looking at that and saying he was able to make a quick turnaround. I'm just telling you.
That's not a fast turnaround. That's Gruden getting time. 8 and 8, 8 and 8, 8 and 8, and then this year, this is still Gruden's team.
That was Gruden. Is Gruden there?
Yeah, no, Gruden was forced to
He's
resign, but
gone.
this is still his team and his model.
They're
Our
not
offensive
looking at it that way.
coordinator and our defensive coordinators are the same guys that he brought in. Our
They're
GM
not
is the
looking
same
at it
guy
that
he
way.
brought in. So this is still Gruden's blueprint. All it is a guy just had to take over because he was forced to resign. So he was given a 4-year model, and now we're a playoff team. That's where patience come in. And I don't like John Gruden, but his philosophy was working, and here go the end results of it.
Owners
I'm
ain't looking at it that way.
I'm sorry, but Gruden deserved the job. I think he had enough experience to justify him being the Raiders coach, coming back and returning. Him being fired and was unfortunate. But in the case of someone like a Joe Judge, and we've been saying it, at least I know I've echoed it, he should have never got that job to begin with. He had no head coaching experience. And lo and behold, you see what happened. We literally been saying it for over a
Last
year
comment.
about him being gone. So that's all I'm saying. So him being let go, not a surprise. Been called it.
But if the owner wants him, you
Last
can't say
comment.
he
That
don't
was the
deserve the
last comment.
job.
That
That's
was
what
the
the
last
owner
comment.
wants.
We moving on, fellas. Because we gotta get to the playoffs. I'm
True,
sorry,
true.
but we gotta move on. We gotta
You're
get
right.
to
You're
the
right.
playoffs. So we got the first round. We got the first round coming, starting Saturday, right? We got Saturday. We got the Raiders play Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna start with you. We're gonna start with you. Playoff
I have
prediction.
four. I have 4 more of these left, and y'all keep thinking it's
Who's
a
that
joke,
for? Who's
but it's
that
the
for?
absolute truth. We are about to go into Ohio, embarrass the Cincinnati Bengals, and just keep moving forward. Every team we play is a blueprint for us to keep moving forward and keep moving forward. I'm not even worried about that game. I'm not worried about our little love boat on the chat line. We are playing good on defense, on offense, special teams wise. Jacobs is picking it up. He just ran for 128 yards. Wallet is back healthy, even though he only had 2 catches. Man, I love what my team is doing and what we're capable of doing. This is going to be a fight in the AFC, but we coming through there.
And who's that cupcake for? I see you
Oh, this
got a blue
cupcake is for
cupcake.
the San Diego Chargers as they go home. You see the powder blue on the top of it, the disgusting
I
powder
had,
blue.
I had to get you to say it. I needed you to say it.
Yes.
Because you've been
So I'll
consistent
put that to
with it
the side
every
because they're
week.
done. I now have to go find an ugly orange and black Bengal striped cupcake for next week when we come on here and I say the same thing.
So y'all beating the Bengals. You got y'all beating the Bengals. I see Lamar grinning. They got the Buccaneers. I think y'all play Saturday as well.
Sunday, 1 o'clock.
Y'all play Sunday. Who else plays Saturday? Well, anyway, let me hear from you. I'm gonna deal with the playoff teams, and then I'm moving on to everybody. Everybody gonna get their spill. Let me hear from you,
Eagles,
Lamar.
Bucks.
Eagles,
Eagles,
Bucks,
Bucks.
playoff period.
Okay. I guess I'll just deal with my team like David dealt with his team. I think a lot of times on this show, we pick a lot of these games with our heart. So most of the predictions I've been hearing is people usually picking their own teams to win. And I want to be honest analyst when picking this game. So I look at it, it's going to be a tough matchup. I'm not going to lie. The first time we played them, it was on a short week, and they took an early lead. They went up 28-7, and we wound up coming back and making the game close. So they beat us 28-22. However, this time, I think that the team that we faced in week 6 is not the same team that we're going to face this time around. And I think, the team that they saw is not going to be the same team that they're going to see this particular Sunday. So I think it's going to be a close matchup. We're running the ball better. Our defense is stronger. However, I like us to win the game, a close game, probably by a field goal. I was going back and forth with this all week long. There were scenarios where I thought we would lose the game, but I believe we're gonna pull this game off. It's gonna be a close one. We're probably gonna win by a field goal. Tom Brady is the X factor, but I believe we're gonna slow him down this week.
Real quick, I'm gonna get because I gotta read the comments. First, since you was there, I'm gonna go to yours first. Then we're gonna go to David's. Well, David's is quick because he just was a reaction to his cupcake. Uh, Mike said in reaction to your cupcake, David, he called you the cupcake man, and you baking them for everybody. And Lamar, just so you know, Mike actually and Timmy said Bucks over Eagles, 35-28 in OT. What is your reply to that? What's your rebuttal?
That's a possibility. Like I said, I believe we're going to win the game. Everybody has their own opinion, but right there, that tells us that that's a close game. If that score comes out, if it's
Is that a
35
little
to 28, but brother Brown, if we go to overtime, it won't be 35 to 28. It'll be 34 to 28.
I'm done. Get him off the air now. I'm done.
Valid point. I detect no lies.
No lies detect here. Okay. Let's go to that other brother. His team is also in the playoffs. The Falcons. I'm sorry. That wasn't a shot, Ruben. That was not a shot.
Yeah.
I'm not mad, brother. Y'all go ahead.
The other bird game. The Cardinals.
That's me. So I'll just start by saying this. It's not even about my team first. But since David is making me go to work on Monday and I can't support the rallies and marches, and I've already told him this, I don't know who he prays to or who he believes in, but he better hope that they come through, because if he doesn't, there's going to be a fresh batch of red and black cupcakes sitting on his desk when we come in on Monday.
I love that.
All right.
Yo, that would be dope.
He better hope they win. But anyway.
Donald, take a picture, Donald.
Oh, I will.
Take a picture.
So, but going to my game, fact check me, but trying to get this camera right. I think we might have the only divisional playoff game out of everybody. One of, if not the only divisional playoff game, which is going to make it very tough for us. Like Lamar said, as a fan, everything in my body says we're going to win. But if you break it down from a non-fan perspective and look at it from a football perspective, it's going to be very close, and I can't tell you who's going to win. We're banged up, they're banged up, and we already play them tight. All our games go either our way by a touchdown or more, or it goes to their point by a touchdown or a field goal. It's usually no more than a 10-point game. So I know their secondary's beat up. They just signed a 37 retired year-old safety. Eric Weddle hasn't played in 2 seasons. That's a slap to my face. I don't appreciate that. So I hope we go out there and we put David's favorite Cardinal, Andy Isabella, on the field, and we just burn him down the. I just hope we run streaks all day, go routes, and Kyler just lights it up. But our offensive line is going to have to stop Aaron Donald for that. But I think it's going to be a very, very close game. I think, if not, probably the lowest scoring. But it might end up being the highest scoring. It's either going to be the highest scoring or the lowest scoring playoff game out of all playoff games, just because it's a divisional game. So, and they beat us once, we beat them once. So I can't tell you. It's a toss up for me.
So you and Lamar pretty much sound the same. Y'all both believe in your heart that y'all gonna win, but y'all don't really want to say it.
I mean,
y'all be honest about football.
If we would have won and we would have got Dallas, I'd be sitting here and telling you all day, Mark, just go ahead and get ready for the offseason.
I'm glad you're saying that while you sound unconfident about beating the Rams.
Mark and Dave.
Get rid of all these non-confident dudes and come to me, man.
Mark,
Since they all on eggshells, I tell you to your face, we
hold
gonna
on.
blow the Niners out.
Yeah.
Don't
Hold
blow
on.
them out. We send them
Let me set
home.
it up.
I can care less.
There's
Can
a
I
lot of
set it up?
eggshells.
Worried about that.
Everybody
Can I
was
set
walking
it up?
on
I'm not gonna
eggshells
sit
yesterday.
tell
I
me
don't know about
nothing.
them
Let me set
eggshells.
it up.
Everybody talking that crap. I got the
Everybody
number
was
one
giving
offense in the league,
guarantees. A lot of
throwing 30
I'm
eggshells.
about
points a
to
game.
mute both of y'all. I'm about to mute
Get
both
out
of
of here.
y'all.
Give me my time, Speedy.
Let me
Give me
set
my
it up.
time.
I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna set it up.
Yeah, talking about if you had us. You can't get past the Rams, dog. Damn,
Mark,
you got blown out by Seattle. Talking to me. Get out of here,
Mark
man.
and
It's
David.
playoffs, bro.
Mark and David and Mike are the only full confident ones that's just going out saying they're gonna win. I really want
Why
to
would
hear from Mark and Mike right now, but I gotta give Timmy and Cello and no eggshells, real analysis. Lamar says no eggshells, real analysis. Um, I gotta give Timmy, Cello, and Ruben their chance. Their team not in it, so I'm gonna let them. I'm gonna let them backfield. I'm gonna just let y'all two go because I know this is what everybody been waiting for. It's kind of like the Clash, So I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start with Mark.
no,
Let's
I got
go.
home field. Start with Mike. He coming to us. Start with Mike. I got home field. I'm the top dog. Don't you leave me last. You go to him first.
You,
He
I thought you didn't
squeaking.
want to go last. Go
Nah,
ahead,
when I'm home, I'm last.
Mike.
And just to let you know, I found out and read the article that the Rams found out at halftime that they was already in and took their foot off the
Wait,
throttle.
go
I ain't even
last.
gonna get into that.
I
I'm
thought you was
last.
going last.
Nah, I'm last. I'll black myself out, mute myself. You let me know when I'm good.
All right, Mike. Talk
You're gonna
your
be doing.
talk.
Hey, keep that same energy
Talk
because
your
next week
talk.
you're gonna
Don't
black
let that
yourself out,
man
you're gonna mute yourself, and you're gonna do the Homer Simpson next
Hold,
week.
hold
Make
on, Mike.
sure
Hold
you
on, Mike.
come on this show. That's all I got to tell you, bro. So,
Hold on, Mike.
all
Hold on,
right,
Mike.
my bad.
Hold
Go
on.
ahead. Go ahead. He's doing a lot of talking. Go ahead, my brother.
Nobody cut that man off. We need that
I'm
man to
muted.
go. This is what we've
I'm
been
muted.
waiting for. Go ahead, Mike.
So, first of all, congratulations to my Niners and to the haters that was hating all during that during the game. I appreciate you. I appreciate every one of your messages. I appreciate you blowing up my phone. I appreciate the texts. I appreciate you tagging me. I appreciate all of that. Because when we silenced y'all, that was one of the best feelings I've had in a long time. So thank
But
you for that.
now,
And I highly encourage you to do the same thing this Sunday because in my mind, us beating the Cowboys means more than even advancing. That's how hot. That's how much I can't stand them. So
what?
I think
What?
I'm being real. That's how much I can't stand them. Like to be able to hush a Cowboy fan for the rest of the season, I'll take that. Y'all should do like Drake. Thank me later. Because if I shut a Cowboy fan up and they don't have nothing else to say, you welcome. That's all I got to say. So in terms of my boys, I think it's a good matchup. I've been calling for them for the last 4 weeks for a reason because I feel like we can definitely run on them. Trent Williams is back. He is playing Sunday, so expect us to get a heavy dose of running down their throat. Now, mind you, I know they got a good passing game, but I'm counting on Dak to do what Dak does, and that's choke. That's what I'm expecting. So bang bang, Niner game. Mark, I told you 4 weeks ago we coming. We here now.
Now, when you say that choke, what evidence do you have of that?
The couple of
Absolutely
no,
none. He just talking to talk.
no, no,
Hold
Just
on,
no,
talking
hold
to
on,
talk.
no. I
hold
thought
on.
you was muted. I thought he was muted.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I'm a
Let that
basic.
man go.
Before the 250-point games, he started digressing. They was even talking about it on all the other spots that love y'all, talking about how he wasn't looking that great. Every other component of y'all looked good, but Dak was the one questionable area. I expect our defense to game plan specifically to make him uncomfortable. Let's see how he works with that. Y'all got a finesse team. We one of them teams that like to punch you in the mouth. So let's see how finesse and right up front in your face. Let's see how that clash go. We ready for it. That's where I'm at with it. And win or lose, I'm here, but I'm saying we winning. I ain't ducking. I want all the smoke. Bang bang.
Woo. Mark,
Right.
I need to hear from you. He just spit a lot of hate your
Hey,
way, bro.
hey,
I
Mark
really
had to
need
go
to
get him
hear
a
what he
cigarette,
said.
boy. He got him over there steaming. Go ahead, Mark.
Let's get that man his time. Nobody cut him off. It's on you, Mark. Oh, not now. No.
He's
No.
muted.
No. Come on. He muted himself because he good on this end.
Mark, you muted.
It's only two. First and foremost, let me restart my soliloquy over. There go your smoke, bro. 21st ranked pass defense with all the no names gonna get scorched. Number one. If you think some bum rookie you got gonna run down on us, you out of your mind. If you saw Michael Parsons tell you every bully gets punched in the mouth, he from PA, none of that's going on. Your 21st ranked defense gonna get exposed. Zeke gonna run over Zeke. Matter of fact, Stevie, didn't I show you Zeke has 280 something yards and 4 touchdowns against these bums in 2 games? Didn't I show you they had the 21st ranked pass defense, Stevie? Didn't I show you, Stevie, that only Aaron Rodgers and Dak Prescott got 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns? If you think that, matter of fact, much I don't respect you, I'm not even worried about you. I'm so not worried about you because when I send you home, like I said, you're going to groom and you're going to eat a muffin because you ain't going to have no appetite, son. I'm so happy you go down to Dallas because you're going to get cursed out from your seats to your hotel room. I'm not worried about you, dog, and I'm not worried about your quarterback because your quarterback right now is ranked 6th out of all the quarterbacks in the playoffs. Nobody got confidence in him. Not even the Niners got confidence in him. And just to let you know, I do my homework. If Jimmy G throws 30 times, Jimmy G throws 2 picks. And I got the best cornerback in the league, dog. So if you think for 1 second your 2-trick pony gonna work on us,
Let's see how
not
that
gonna
works.
happen.
Let's see
Not
how
gonna
that goes.
happen.
Let's see how him
Wait,
and Debo match up. I'm looking forward to that.
Hold on. I muted myself.
And
So
I'm muting
everybody
myself.
talking while I mute myself. Y'all wanted me to sit here and go, oh, you know what? We're not going to playoffs. I'm going to quote my boy Double J, Jerry Jones. For us, it's always Super Bowl or bust. I don't want the consolation prize. I don't want none of that like Mike. I went to the Super Bowl, but did you win? No. So who cares who you went to the Super Bowl if you lost? You loser? You're a loser if you went to the Super Bowl and lost. You ain't a winner. You're a dude who get back kicked in. And you know what? When I go and look up the Super Bowl almanacs, I see y'all lost twice. I don't care when you went last. But guess what? All of that be put to an end on Sunday. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. I'm glad you going, because when you leave, I'm already 13 means deep, and I'm 4 gifts deep. I'm going to light you up like the 4th of July Sunday. Don't hide, don't duck. I don't want to hear your mouth. You mute yourself when you talk to me. For 360, matter of fact, it'll probably be the rest of your life you'll never be able to talk to me about Cowboy Niner football when we own y'all. You think you coming to? We going 100,000 deep already, bruh. I already seen Jerry Jones put out the facts to all Cowboy season ticket holders. I won 105,000 down in Big D. You understand what that means? That means not only is your bum quarterback not gonna be able to hear the cadence, we're gonna be on crawling on y'all like ants on sugar, dog. I ain't even worried about you, man. Only gassed up is you to fail. So you know what? In that, I'm the number 1 team in that division. I'm better than you, been better than you. You squeaked in because the Rams found out at halftime that they was already in the division, so it was no need for them to play hard. But for some odd reason, you so gassed up and thinking that y'all gonna come down and play physical football. Matter of fact, you must have not seen us play football, because we play physical, dog. And the great part about it is, the fag at
I got one question for Mark. I got one question. You gotta let me rebuttal one thing. Let me rebuttal one thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you rebuttal.
So Mark, Mark, How did y'all fare when y'all played against our division, Mark? When y'all actually played a worthy opponent in our division, how that play out for you? Y'all don't play teams like what our division gives. Our division play totally different than the lightweight NFC East. No offense to nobody, but NFC West is a different kind of football. And when y'all played head to head with them, y'all got stomped. So guess what? That same way that they gave us the blueprint, we running down your throat. I'm not worried about y'all doing all that passing when you out on the field. That's where I'm at with it.
Hey, Stevie, stop with me. Stop muting me. Stop muting me. Stop muting me.
Cursed.
Yeah, and that was 3 seconds ago. I'm good now. I know what I said. And just to let you know, ass is in the Bible too, dog. You can look that up. And that's a fact. Ass. A-S-S is in the Bible.
I'm done, son.
It's the Bible.
But you didn't use it.
Let's not get too daggone technical. If I use the F or the X word, that's different. But you're not gonna sit here and make me. Let me get this off my chest too. Lamar, I really think that y'all gonna go to Tampa Bay and beat them. I think that y'all have the exact offense to be able to beat them. Your offense is way more potent. Matter of fact, Lamar, could I ask you a question, Lamar? Who has the number one running attack in the NFL?
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay, how many times did the Cowboys play the Eagles? Two times. And y'all ran the ball great, but lost big, right or wrong. First time we blew y'all out and scored 41. Second time y'all still ran 50. I'm just letting the Niners know you're not Philly, dog. You don't got that. We're the most physical division in the league. So if you think you're going to come in and be Philly, you're in for a 50-point awakening, dog. So I can't wait to see you Sunday. I can't wait to see this dude.
MIA. I want you to keep that same energy. I don't want to hear no
I'm 12 and 5, bro.
I'm
all year.
From the arena, my brother.
I'm 12 and 5. So you only got me 5 times out of 12 games all year. So you ain't saying nothing to me, man. Stop talking to me like I'm a 10-win team like you who's squeaking to the playoff for a wild card. I'm not you. We didn't lose to the best team. We didn't lose to the worst team in our division twice like you. We swept our division and Philly in the playoffs. And if Philly get an upset, and listen, this is the great part. If Philly get the upset, and when we beat y'all and Philly get the upset, it'll be 2 NFC teams from the NFC least going into the second round. And that's what I predict.
Not happening. It's not happening. Not happening. It's not. No way in the world is that happening. No way.
I told Mike, I don't want to see Mike.
It's not happening.
I don't want to see Mike on World Star. I don't want to see Mike on World Star getting jumped by Cowboy fans in the third quarter because he's highly upset. He's mad because they getting blown out. And he's trying to argue with 100,000 plus.
I ain't worried about that.
Listen. That's not going to happen. Mike know where it's at if he need it. That's not going to happen.
You'll get jumped too. You go down there, you get jumped by 100 Cowboys. You saw Giants, you get me too. You ain't no different.
I'm not worried about that. I know the majority of the Cowboy fans is fair weather fans, so all I gotta do is ask them some facts about the Cowboys, and they ain't gonna be able to answer no questions. So I ain't worried about that.
The saddest part is you going to Dallas where they all know about the Cowboys, and like I said, it's only 2 things that I'm wishing for you: a safe there and a safe trip back. Other than that, everything from that point on is strictly on your experience. I'm praying for a safe trip there and a safe trip back. And when we do the next show and you lose, you make sure I don't see your face. I don't want to see your face. I want to see this. I want to see the blank icon just like this. And you can talk when I ask you to talk.
I love it. I love it. Keep that energy. Listen, it's here. Steve is documented. We both said what we said. I want to see. I'm going to keep my energy. I really hope you don't go MIA, Mark. I don't want to hear your connection don't work in Hawaii. I don't want to hear that, you got called to do jury duty. I just need you to be available.
I told you, dog. I told you at the beginning of the season, it's a 666 ritual. Your quarterback ain't going to be with you next year. They're not giving it to you. I'm not worrying about none of that. Dak is on the mission. Dak is the second best quarterback right now. Going into the playoffs.
What are you
Listen,
talking? What are you
listen,
talking
That's what
about?
you don't say though.
let's make some.
You don't say
Let's
that
make
Zach
something
is the
clear.
second best quarterback going into the
I'm not
playoffs,
talking
but you
about
sitting here talking to
that.
me like Jimmy
Yo, Muffin.
Garoppolo. Yo, Garoppolo ain't Steve Young and Joe Montana. He not even Colin Kaepernick. So you
I
acting like
agree.
this dude's gonna go to Big D and light it up. I can't
I
wait
never,
because
I never
you
said
got
Jimmy
50
gonna light
runs,
it up.
300 yards.
As a
You got
team,
50.
I'm very confident with the way that they carry themselves. They focus. They playing like they got something to prove because just 2 years removed from a Super Bowl. So, like I told y'all a couple months ago, this is technically our revenge tour because we healthy now. Remember, we was in the Super Bowl, we
Yo,
lost. Then we was hurt last year. Now we healthy this year. We back in the run. So that's why we
yo,
on a whole
you
different
the
mindset. We
only
focus right now.
You the only dude who always brings up being hurt. My quarterback was out all year, and you ain't hear me bring it up once, but you use this corny, Nobody listening to that. You 100% me. Come down to Big D and prove to me that you better than us. And that's all I'm worried about. Because I can bet you man for man, pound for pound, we 10 times better than y'all, and we gonna pour it on, bruh. Ooh, we
I'm
gonna
looking
pour it
forward
on
to
you,
it.
bruh.
Steve, I'm done, sir. All I had to say is I'm looking
So,
forward
I'm
to it.
done,
so,
Be in the
Steve.
building.
Hey,
I
Steve,
will see
and,
me.
Doc
I'll
and,
be in the
said,
building.
hey, to
it's
Steve
Doc
and the
said,
viewers, I apologize for using the curse word. My bad, because we do that on this show. We watch our language. We've grown. I'm
good,
just letting
bro.
you
I know.
know. Sometimes I get a little bit too passionate, and I get. And if we was on the phone, Mike, know my language is 20 times worse. So we
Listen,
get to the point where we get passionate, but it's
let me
all
reel
love, it's hate.
y'all in.
You know what I'm saying? That's my
Absolutely.
brother. I
Let me,
love him. He just
You know how
happened
that
to
works.
let me reel y'all in.
he just
I know
happened to
that's
be
I
your
in
love
brother.
him, but I
kind of
hate his
form.
team. So that's all good.
I know that's your brother. I
We
know.
hate each other's teams. It's just the truth. We hate each other's teams. And
We
this
had
week,
to.
we get to finally prove the best team. And
We had
Mike's
to.
going down to Texas to go home and eat a muffin. I want a muffin eat. And I'm going to go to
Okay.
the hotel
Okay.
room.
Let me reel
I don't
y'all
want
back
room
in.
service.
Let me reel
Yo, you
y'all
I
back
can't
want
be
a
in.
muffin.
taking David Cupcake thing and switching it, bro, to muffins. You can't do that. That's
Let,
not
So,
real. Don't do
hey,
that.
let me
David, I
reel
said
y'all
the
back
muffin
in.
because
I
he
don't
ain't going
want
to
to
be
have to
eating
deal
dinner,
with y'all
David.
again. Let me reel y'all
You
back in.
right. My bad.
Let me reel y'all back in. We had to entertain the fit in the room because y'all two been going at it. And Mike said he wanted y'all. He wanted Dallas, and Mark felt San Francisco was frauds from the beginning. So we definitely had to
Steve,
entertain.
you want us, we throw up 50. When you want us, that's when we throw up 50. So I'm glad he's saying he want us because we throw up 50 when you say that. We
But we
listen
got
to that. We listen to that.
But we got other people on, and I want to get their take too. Who they think gonna win, who they think gonna lose. We're not going away from y'all. We gonna hear from y'all too. Still more, just I want to hear from Cello. He didn't get a chance to go, and I don't know where Ruben went. I guess
Can
he's
y'all
off.
hear me?
Yeah. So I'm gonna
I
go to
don't know what's
Cello
wrong.
first, Ruben. Then I'm coming to you.
Okay, I don't know what's wrong with my camera, but go ahead.
What's the
Cause
question?
Cello
Who?
was we talking playoffs, Cello. Cello
Yeah.
is the captain of the boat. Now, I personally don't partake in the hating because my team isn't in it. I don't do it. Cello does it. I don't do it, but I did think it was clever to come up with the whole boat thing, and all
Captain
that.
Solo.
So,
But you
Cello,
talking about which
don't take
team?
it
Is it
personally.
one game or what? What's the question?
The playoffs.
Yeah, you
I
talking
mean,
about all the
you
teams or just all the
You can
games?
you can talk San Francisco and Dallas since that's the elephant in the room. You can give me
Okay.
your prediction on because I know you and David go back and forth too. So
Um, man, I mean it's in Dallas. As much as I hate Dallas, man, whoo, ah,
You can say it. You can say it. You know it. You know Mike talking
oh
crazy.
Bill,
Go ahead.
man,
be
I'm going to mute
real.
oh
myself. I'm going
dang.
to mute myself, Stevie.
Listen. I gotta give advantage to Dallas. I'm gonna say it like that. I give advantage to Dallas on that game, especially them being home. You know what I'm saying? And then as far as the Raiders and Cincy, I think that's an interesting matchup there in Cincinnati. The Chase and what's the name just clicking, man.
Joe
Chase
Burrow,
and
Jamar Chase.
Burrow, they're clicking, man. So they're at home. I think
So
it
was
pull it
Keenan
off.
Allen and Justin Herbert, and you see what happened with that matchup.
Yeah, but this is a different team. And so as far as Philly and Tampa, it's hard to just see Tom Brady losing that game at home. It's hard to see them losing that game. I think, and then who? Arizona.
So you got Tampa,
I got
Cincy,
I got an edge
and
on
Dallas.
Tampa. I got an edge on Dallas. I got an edge on Cincy. Especially all of those are home. And at Arizona, I'm pretty much just saying that the teams for the people representing here. Arizona. Yeah, who they playing again?
Rams.
The Rams.
St. Louis or
Where
LA
they
now.
playing at? Where they playing at?
They
St.
playing in
Louis,
LA.
California.
Yeah, I think Rams is mad, man. I think they ain't trying to lose that game.
Now, not to take away from Cello, but I want everybody to remember we are 9-1 on the road.
It's
We
documented.
Ooh, that's
It's
tough.
it's documented.
You know what? I didn't know that, but I'm gonna still take the edge to the Rams. They coming off a loss that they probably want to, a tough loss. So I think I'm gonna take the Rams on that. I'm pretty much taking the home teams, man.
Anybody that likes gambling and want to lose money, take Cello bets because I don't believe half
That's
that is
why I
happening.
don't gamble, my brother. Never will.
I don't believe half that is happening.
Before
How
I go
about
to
the
Ruben,
Vegas
let me go to a
Bills?
comment. And this is a comment that is addressed to you, Mark. It's from Earn Not Gonna Again. I thought it was Mike. I guess he's saying it's Aaron. He said, I'm going for the Niners. He said, Philly winning and the Raiders winning as well. He said he going for the Niners, Mark. Before I go to Ruben, I'm gonna give you a chance to, reply to
I mean,
that.
if you're a San Fran fan, you shouldn't say anything else. I mean, to be honest with you, if I was Mike, I would talk the way I'm talking. He sound crazy to me, but he can talk how he want to talk. I look at it. I look at it. No, I'm saying Mike as a San Fran fan. If you're a San Francisco fan, like in other words, like Lamar's a humble dude. If I'm Lamar and I got the #1 running game, and I know for a fact that Tampa Bay, one of their biggest weaknesses is against the run. They great with, decent against the pass, but one thing about Philly is they pound it. That's real pounding because Philly can care less if they get 2-3 yards. Philly gonna keep on running it until it's successful. Now, as for the Bengals and the Raiders, I think that the Raiders is gonna get beat up. I think it's gonna be kind of close, but right now the hottest wide receiver in the league is Chase. Is Jamar Chase, and he's gonna be a tough cover for the Raiders. As for Arizona and the Rams, I already told Donald they lost their last game to the weakest team division, which isn't a good look. You're going into the playoffs a little bit banged up. Rams coming off of a giveaway loss that they found out at halftime they was in the playoffs, so they let off the gas. I think that it's going to be a close game, but I think the Rams should pull it out.
Hey, Mark,
that's just my opinion.
Mark, let me ask you a question. Where did you get that report? Where did you get that report?
I'm not trying to say that they're gonna go in there and spank you, but you gotta understand.
I'm not arguing that.
A lot more
I'm saying, where did you get that report? Because before that game, they was already in. They was already in the playoffs. They was already in. It was already decided.
Right. That's off of the Rams website that they found out at halftime that they already was in the playoffs and said, you know what? Let's take it. They was up 17-0. Like I said,
the only thing on the line for that game was the divisional title. That's it. They was making the playoffs regardless.
I'm worried about. Well, you ain't do that against Seattle, doggy, because Seattle ran down on y'all, and they not even in the playoffs if we keeping it a buck. But you know, I mean,
Hey, I was
let's
asleep.
give
Like I
Ruben
said earlier, I can't speak on it. I
let's
was too
give
drunk. I
Ruben
was
his
asleep.
shot. Let's give
oh,
Ruben his
real
shot.
quick, and David, I'm not trying to disrespect you. I just think that they just a little bit more at the receiver position, more balanced than you guys. I'm not saying that y'all gonna get blown out. I think it's gonna be an excellent game. I just think that being in the jungle is gonna be a little bit more help for them. You know what I'm saying? And home field advantage means a lot. That's just me. Go ahead. I'm muting myself, guys, so everybody can get their chance to talk. I appreciate the time y'all let me have. Thank you, Stevie.
Go ahead, Ruben.
All right, I'm gonna make this short and sweet. I'm sticking with the picks I said before on the earlier shows. I like the Bengals. I don't think the Raiders are ready. I like the Eagles over the Bucks because the Bucks are banged up. The Bucks are banged up at the wide receiver position and the running back position. The Chiefs gonna destroy the Steelers. The Cardinals ain't showed me nothing yet. I'm just keeping it short and sweet. The Cowboys and 49ers. If the Cowboys covers, get 10 or more penalties like they've been doing, they're going to get beat. If they show up and play the good game, they're going to win. I don't go by home predictions. I just go by what I've seen and what these teams are doing to each other. The Patriots and the Bills, I like the Bills. Now, that's a game I pick with my feelings. I can't stand the Patriots. That's my picks. I left it short and sweet. I'm out.
Go ahead, David.
Why is everybody picking the Bengals, right? Y'all don't think that the Chargers with Mike Williams and Keenan Allen on the outside is not the same thing as Cincinnati with Chase and Higgins on the outside with Joe Mick? We just played the guy who led the NFL in all-purpose touchdowns in Eckler, so now we get a lesser version in Joe Mixon and a worse offensive line to play against after our defensive line just went to work last Sunday night, and y'all all watched it. We are going to blow them out. I don't understand where y'all not believing. I'm telling y'all, why not us? Because we are going to stomp the Cincinnati Bengals.
They got more than one receiver. If you haven't looked at when they played the other week.
2 wide receivers over 1,000 yards, and T. Higgins.
Exactly.
T. Higgins
That's what I'm trying to tell you,
got over
man.
1,000 yards.
And they
Y'all
got a
almost,
nice
y'all almost lost
Hey,
that
and
last game.
Tyler Boyd only
You
200 yards.
cannot get
He's
two
only 200
1,000
yards
yard
from 1,000.
receivers without a banged up. They O line is nice, and they block it.
Okay.
And that's how they got 2,000. I'm trying to tell you,
The Bengals beat us this year. Going into the fourth quarter, they scored 21 points. I'm like, okay, it is what it is. We went out and made mistakes. Before that, we had our foot on their throat. I'm not worried about Cincinnati. I'm not. There's other teams in the AFC I might
Let
be
me
a
ask you
little
one
leery
question. Let me
against.
ask you
I'm
one
not
question.
worried about the Bungles.
Let me
I
ask you
called
one
them the
question.
Bungles earlier in the season, and I'm sticking to it.
Let me get to these comments because I got a comment directed towards Mike. I don't know if he's still on. Terrence, who loves the troll Mike.
I'm still here.
Okay. Terrence said 31. What is that? 31-24 Cowboys.
Yeah, here's secret Cowboy fan on the low. You know,
He got the
Denver,
Cowboys.
Cowboy, Bronco, Cowboy. You see how that works.
He got the Cowboys beating y'all 31-24. He got the Raiders. I didn't see the score for the Raiders. Oh, he said 30-10. I'm sorry. He said 30-10 Cowboys. I didn't see the score he said for the Raiders, but he said the Raiders losing as well. He said not so, David. And he said Jamar Chase is a beast. Yeah. Any rebuttal for him, Mike? Back to David and Mark because he
I'll
addressed
just say, I mean, he been hating since week 4, even so I'm accustomed to him by now. I'm immune to his hate. But You know, he been smoking that mile high, so it's all right. I expect him to say those kind of predictions. But here, like I said, he an undercover Cowboy fan, so this is, you know, an extension for his season. It's him following the Cowboys, so I respect it. I understand, David. I understand your frustration because I get it. No belief in your team after what y'all just did to San Diego, coming back. And I feel the same way. Like, dude, we was down 17-0 against a dude that threw 40 touchdowns on the year, had a guy that got almost 2,000 yards on the year, but yet we can't compete against the Cowboys. I get it. I hear you.
But the
We
Raiders
beat San
barely
Diego.
won. Raiders
At
barely
San
Here go the
won their
Diego.
thing,
last
though.
games.
About San Diego, we beat San Diego at San Diego, and they was 100%. So when you talk about San Diego, don't talk to them about and don't bring them this way because they
That
got
was
caught an
week
elegant
two.
touch.
That
They
was
caught
like
an
week
elegant
one
touch.
of week two.
They lost
David,
the
that was
touch.
week 1 of week 2 that they beat them. Literally, week 1 of week 2 they beat San Diego. That was
They
early in the
100%.
David.
They was 100%. They're not 100% right now. San Diego banged up. You acting like San Diego is better, got better receivers than Cincinnati. You know
They're
that's not
equally,
true.
they're
And
equally
How
Raiders,
is that
good. I
true?
don't
They
know
got
what y'all got.
2,000 yard
We
receivers and an 800-yard receiver. And damn near 1,000-yard running back. And all of a sudden, the Bengals, who won the
each week
division
for the
for the first time in a long time, is the worst team. Get out of here, man. Stop gassing yourself up. David, get your boat trip
each
ready. Get your
week for
boat
the
shoes
last
on.
4 weeks.
You
I
going
kept telling
bro.
everybody.
David. Terrence
Each
said
week for the last 4
35-14
weeks, we
Cincy.
played the team that gave us the blueprint to beat the next team, to beat the next team. The Chargers just gave us the blueprint to beat the Cincinnati Bengals. That's why I'm not worried about them. I'm
Woo.
not worried about them.
Raiders
And
barely
Seattle gave
won
us the blueprint
their
on how to
last
beat the
games.
Niners. Seattle gave us the
Raiders
blueprint
barely
on
David,
how to
won.
it's
beat the
Los
Niners. Get
Angeles
out of here.
Chargers, not San Diego.
I'm not worried about the
And
NFC. I'll fall on y'all on
Mark.
February 13th.
You gonna be gone tomorrow.
You're gonna
Never
be
mind.
gone.
Never mind.
And Mark,
You're gonna be
towards
gone.
you and Mike,
4 cupcakes.
Terrence said,
That's all I'm
let's
saying.
go Zeke. And Parsons gonna smoke Garofalo.
Yo, what kills me is what Mike seems to not understand is I got the best. And if anybody want to question that, please elaborate. The best defensive player in the league right now. The most athletic, fastest linebacker in the league right now. So if he thinks there's some now, no, I do respect my Raheem Mostert.
He's
I
not
like
even
him
playing. It's
personally.
not even Raheem Mostert.
But
It's
he not
Elijah
playing.
Mitchell.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to get across to you. He not playing. Ain't no rookie running down on nobody, dog. And I'm glad you talking that because my boy just went on and said, oh, they play bully ball. Bullies get punched in the mouth.
Yeah, I
And you
like
come
that.
into the biggest bully of them all with 105,000 fans. And not only we going to punch y'all in the mouth, I'm going to be on. You lucky I ain't in Jersey because I will definitely be in Newark Airport at your gate with your bags and your bags in my hand waiting for you. And I get in the car and yell at you from Newark to Linden. And then take a cab home and then yell at you when I get at home on the pay phone all the way home. I don't understand, dog. You sitting there gassing yourself up to catch an L. And just to let you know, Terrence, I will add 10 more to that because if they go down to 17 and they go down 7-0, they getting 50 dropped on quick. We are not the Rams and we will not take it easy on you, dog. I'm muting myself.
As much as I dislike Dallas, as much y'all know I go at this dude all the time. But I cannot deny the 50 points that they put up 2 times in 3 weeks. I can't not.
In the 40s, don't put these in
I
the
can't
30s.
deny that, man. I ain't gonna front. Even as much as I was going at them and talking about y'all ain't win the Super Bowl, I gotta give them that respect, man. Not any team could put up 50 points.
Yeah.
They did it twice in 3 weeks.
We averaging 30.
As much as I hate them, I hate them.
What y'all forgetting is that it's the playoffs. Y'all keep talking about regular season stats. This the playoffs. Intensity and everything is totally different in the playoffs. Your
So
team
what
is
you
on
saying? You ain't making no sense. You making no sense with this intensity. That means I'm going up. I'm just going 60 on you.
Hold on, let me say my statement.
I got two of
Let me
two
make my
important
statement.
comments. I got
So
two
so
comments.
go ahead.
Lamar
Not the
said
50.
no. Lamar said not Terrence. Lamar said the 49ers and the Cowboys gonna come down to Shanahan. Where's the comment? Oh, he said it's gonna come down to Shanahan and McCarthy. That's what it's gonna come down to. And then he's also said that 50 points was on second and third strings at Philly.
Yeah, but
Tell Lamar,
how many times we seen
that
games?
scored 41 on his first team, and they got blown out. So let Lamar know every time he says that, he never brings up the first game, though. Why you don't bring up the first game, Al? When we
How
saw
many
41
times we
on y'all,
seen?
it's embarrassing. Come
How
on,
many
Y'all
man.
times we
scored
seen
41
second
on them
string,
the
third
first
string,
time
and
and
teams
50 the
still don't
second.
put up the
Yeah,
50?
we scored 90 points on them in 2 games, dog. 90 in 2 games.
I
We
like
not none of that.
I like to
Go ahead
say
and
this.
say your
I'm
statement,
not
Mike.
gonna yell. I'm gonna talk real calm and peaceful, right? I'm gonna be real peaceful and sensible. The Cowboys are on a high horse right now. They feeling themselves. So
Y'all feeling
because they
yourselves,
feel
bro.
themselves, they gonna get punched in the mouth, dog. Because
Raiders feeling themselves.
Let him talk, Cello.
yeah, so the fact that, yeah, we put up 250-point games. This is our Super Bowl of bust year. We got the best linebacker, quote unquote, best defensive back, quote unquote. Our quarterback is hot. Y'all literally think, hold on, but you literally think, listen to my
This is fact.
hold on, let me
This is
finish.
fact.
Let him
You
go.
Hold
trolling
on,
with
let me
this fact.
hold on. Let me finish my point.
I'm
What
gonna let him
happens
Fact.
is,
Stop saying quote unquote when it's
you gonna
fact.
let
It's
me
fact.
talk?
The
Can I
best
get my
defensive
point
back
off?
in the league, 11
Go
picks.
ahead, Mark.
Fact.
Go ahead, Mark.
Rookie of the year.
Let
Fact.
me
Defensive
make
player of
my
the
point
year.
real
Call
quick,
it
Let
out.
Mike go, Mark.
nice and sensible. Look,
So
all I'm
you
saying
correct
is,
him, Stevie.
all I'm saying is, when you come in and you looking at all your stats and all your accolades, and you sleeping on your opponent, that's when keep sleeping
Who's
on us,
sleeping?
bruh.
Who's
Keep
sleeping?
thinking that
Who's
we
sleeping?
a one-trick
Who's
pony. I'm looking
sleeping?
forward to it.
Stop that. Stop that. Whoa. Yo, stop that. Woe is me. Underdog crap. We bring our A. We try to get bulletin board material. You already put that on our
So
set.
we
Now
are
the broad
underdogs.
you the broad
We
street
back
bully.
into the playoffs,
Bully
so
us.
we are underdogs.
Bully us.
We are the
Bully
underdog.
us.
I like that.
You back
We are,
into the playoffs. You back into the
but we here
playoffs.
though.
You back.
We here.
You watch, son.
We here.
You was already. Y'all back
Right.
into the playoffs. When you talking that bully, make sure you keep that bully mentality when we punch y'all in y'all face.
100%. What? So
Sound crazy to me.
because y'all got the crown on your head and you didn't crown yourselves Super Bowl champions this year, because you've taken on that posture of thinking y'all the ish, we got something for y'all. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That's it.
Only thing you got for us is y'all gonna be the first team knocked out and beat up in the playoffs. And then by next week, when you and David was on that boat and y'all going, David, I'm not trying to rag on you. I just think Cincinnati gonna win. So I don't want you thinking I'm trying to dish you. But Mike on that boat this week. Mike on that boat this week. And I'm saying it so when we record this and you go back on it and you hear the confidence in my voice, whoever commentating, and I don't want Mike commentating next week because he'll be muting me. So Stevie, you are the designated commentator next week. So when Mike is there, you ask Mike, why y'all lost and why is the Cowboys better than y'all and y'all home on the boat? And I sit here and I be quiet and I listen to him say, you know what, yo, Jimmy G shouldn't have never threw 2 picks. And you know what? We rushed for about 150 yards, but we rushed for 150 yards, but we got
No,
blown out by
I'm gonna
30.
say Jerry Jones paid the refs like he do every time somebody play there. That's what I'm gonna
Oh,
say.
cooking.
He paid
You
the
come
refs.
Terrence
down. I
going
don't
in
care
on
if you
on
get
the
jerked.
chat.
Yo,
Let me get.
I don't
I
care if
gotta
you
give
get
you.
jerked. I don't
I
care if
gotta
you
give
get
you.
Terrence going in.
if
Terrence
you have
going
home
in,
Really
man.
field, you
good,
don't
fellas.
get jerked.
These
Terrence
I don't
comments
care
are
if
going
you get
really
in.
jerked.
good.
You ain't supposed to
These
get no calls in Dallas. You want calls in Dallas? You sound crazy to me. You don't get no calls. You ain't getting no calls in Big D.
I'm
105,
off
baby.
I'm off my boys though. I appreciate it. I appreciate the hate. I take it. It's all
Yo,
fuel, baby. I appreciate it.
hey, just know that I love you to death, son. But this Sunday, you are my mortal enemy. The minute you step foot off of that plane, you go down to Texas. I'm gonna love you when you get back. But the whole time you there, I'm hoping I hope your food spoiled that day. I hope everything you ordered that day come late. I hope your ticket don't work. When you go to the stadium, I hope they say, you know what? These tickets is some wish. These tickets are some wish, and they don't work.
Yo,
I love
Terrence
you,
going
man.
in.
I'm trying to understand the fight that Terrence has in this
Yo,
fight.
hold on. Steve trying to talk. Steve trying to
Hold on. Let
talk.
me get to these comments. Terrence, these comments are really good. Terrence said, nope, Parson is going to put Geronimo out of the game. He called him Geronimo. That's the first one. And then he said, yo, Terrence is going in. I'm telling y'all right now. He said, Mike, I hope you got your white flag ready. Lamar said they going in. I can't even keep up. Lamar
I didn't know Terrence was a Denver fan, Cowboy fan. I never knew it.
Lamar said first game. Lamar said, Mark, first game week 3 you won by 41-21. Second game you put 50 points up, but that
90
was
points.
Goal. He said that was food goal.
But what he's telling me, Stevie.
Hold on. Ruben said 51 on the Eagles, 56 on Washington, 43 on the Falcons. Terrence said, David,
and we averaging 30 though. We average 30, Steve. You can't take that away. We average 30. The Niners average 24 points per game. We average 30. So if I'm going by the laws of average and they playing 21 and they average 24, that means they average 24 on a good day. We've been averaging 30 on mediocre days. So hey, listen, it all comes down to Sunday. Man, Mike, I'm gonna pray that you get down there good. From the minute you get off of that plane, I hope a taxi takes you to Fort Worth, Texas, dog. And you watching a high school game. Word up. I don't want you. I don't really want you. I don't even want you in my stadium, son.
I know you got to leave my Why you think I'm there? Why you think I'm at the stadium?
You at the stadium because you ain't never seen nothing like it before. Because the stadium that y'all got is named after a pair of jeans nobody wear no more. Nobody wear no Levi's no more.
I don't know.
You wear those. You want to see the jumbo shot.
Come on now, Levi's is still up and coming now. Levi's been around a long time.
Tell him, man. He don't know.
I understand.
He don't know, Ruben. He don't know.
Hey, Ruben, let me see you go on some Levi's and go on the Ave and try to holler at some chick with some Levi's on and see how if she shoot you down or not.
You're trying to get
I'm too old to be going out there talking about hollering at a chick on the Ave anyway, for one. So I
know you ain't wearing no Levi's. Do you own any Levi's? Does anybody on this panel own any Levi's?
I own 4 pairs of Levi's.
Are they work jeans or are they something you chilling in?
Yo, why are you entertaining this clown talking about Levi pants, son? What do we have?
I love my
talking about Levi pants, son.
And Timmy's so disrespectful. He said only women wear Levi's.
You tell Timmy, yo, Timmy, one thing about Timmy, I will say, he is the king of the pop shots, man. Timmy is the king of the pop shot, and then he'll get off the minute that's why he goes on the chat. Because he like to do his pop shots on the chat, and then when you put pressure on him, he act like his screen frozen. He just stay like this.
Devin said he wear Levi's too, by the way.
Oh, snap. Oh, man.
That's right.
Hey, I do believe, honestly, guys, I do believe it'll be another page in the 49er Cowboys Classic, regardless of what the score is going to be. It's always a great time when the 49ers and the Cowboys get together because one thing is our fan bases do not like. I think we don't like them more than we don't like the NFC. Hey, Timmy, you stop acting like you frozen.
Timmy, get back. Y'all jokers talking crazy.
I'm talking. You'll be out first round.
Thank you, sir.
Timmy, you're not even in. Timmy, cut it out. You're not even in.
I don't care.
The funny part is
I don't run from a joker like you, even in doubt. I went to Dallas with a Yankee jersey on.
Hey,
you'll be frozen next week. You'll be frozen next week,
went
Timmy.
down
I
to
promise you that.
went down to Doug Percentage jersey on. Probably the police.
Yo,
Yo,
What y'all keep focusing on the Cowboys and Niners? The team I'm worried about is the Cardinals. I'm being real with you. Y'all keep ignoring Donald, ignoring the Cardinals, and watch. That's all I'm telling y'all. That's who I'm worried about. I ain't worried about the Cowboys. I'm worried about the Cardinals. We went against them and they dominated us. I ain't see no holes in them. And the D-Hop come back, I'm telling you, y'all keep worried about us. Worry about them.
all right, fellas. I need to hear from the other fellas. Y'all two been going for the longest. I need to hear from Cello, Dave, Donald. You know, I need to hear from y'all, man. Donald, he just bigged up your Cardinals, man. Let me hear
Hey,
from you.
listen, like I said earlier in the chat, I like to keep it quiet, keep the noise off me. So like say,
Fly under the radar.
we already covered my game. I ain't gonna touch Mark in their game. They've had enough of the spotlight for the night, so we ain't gonna mess with them no more. We're gonna keep them quiet. Dave, you already know how I feel. That receiving core is just too nasty. So I got Cincy. But I think honestly the team that we are all forgetting, as much as we talk about our teams in this chat, the Packers, they are the one team that has actually kind of separated themselves from everybody else. If you look at the rest of the AFC and the NFC, there's not one team that says, hey, I'm better than you. So every team outside of the Packers is pretty even. But the Packers are that one team that I see setting themselves apart from everybody, and we're not talking about them. So if I was to put a pick on who might be in the Super Bowl, I'm going to have to put my money on, if I was a bet man, which I am, I would put it on Green Bay. Because they
I picked the Packers early, man.
Hey,
Terrence also said
Trevor Lawrence for MVP.
Cello was saying something. Go ahead, Cello.
I picked the Packers early. I said Packers gonna be a force to reckon with this year. They got that whole field advantage. They got the number 1 seed. Woo!
So you got them winning it all, Cello.
And they gonna lose. They ain't going to the Super Bowl.
They got the wide receiver. They got the running back. They got the defense that could hold it down. And then you got Aaron Rodgers. Listen, Adams is legit one of the best, if not the best, route runner in the league. Even if you try to stop that cat, he's still getting his with Aaron Rodgers. That's the advantage. Listen, that's the advantage, is that not only do you have debatable the best route runner, but you got one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history giving him the ball, knowing when to get the ball, knowing how to get him the ball.
Look at that
they could run the ball, and they got 2 running backs. And
look at that postseason record. Look at that. How many times did I have the number 1 seed and see what happened to them?
Gotta give them their respect. You gotta give them their respect.
Thank you, Ruben.
Look at how many times they had the number 1 record in home field advantage. Look at Aaron Rodgers' postseason record. And see what you get. One Super Bowl and a lot of
I think they make the NFC Championship 9 out of 10 times they're in it. I'll tell you that. They might not make it past the NFC Championship, but I guarantee you they're going to make it there.
They ain't going to even make it there.
It don't matter. Nobody don't care about consolation. Stop talking about consolation prizes. You get knocked out, that means you were supposed to get knocked out. It wasn't just Sunday. So you can make it all the way halfway there. If you don't make it, don't matter. If I beat the Niners this week and lose next week, you won't hear nothing out of me because it's a failed season. And if you don't believe that going into the playoffs, don't get into the playoffs. David, I admire you because you know what, David? One thing about you, you're 100% with your convictions. You said, why not us? And you believe that. Why are you going to the playoffs if you don't believe that your team is good enough to go to the Super Bowl? So for me to sit here and act like, you know what? Oh, the Niners are coming to town. No, come to town so I can knock you out and I can go to the Super Bowl. With Aaron Rodgers, I'm talking from Cowboy experience. He's the only thorn in my side. But in that, I'm going to go off what Ruben said. His playoff record isn't as stellar as his regular season record. But every team right now that's in going into the playoffs, most of us are dome teams. And nobody really wants to go to Green Bay and freeze their tail off. Cowboys dome team, Arizona dome team, St. Louis. I mean, St. Louis. Um, uh, the
Los
Rams is
Angeles.
a dome team. Yeah, Los Angeles is a dome team. Most of the teams that's gonna end up playing them are dome teams, and that advantage alone, if you're not equipped and built to be able to handle that, it gives the Packers an advantage, man. And I know for a fact the Niners can't go to Green Bay and win nothing because they barely can go into a dome and win anything. I ain't worried about it. And yeah, Mike, I said it about you. About you.
So because we almost at the 2 hour mark, I'm gonna hear from David because he was about to say something before y'all cut him off, and then we gonna pretty much wrap it up. We didn't touch NBA today. We're gonna have to get back with that next week. But go ahead, David.
Green Bay just got that history, like Ruben was saying, of looking like a powerhouse, 13-3, 13-3, 13-3, get into the playoffs and choke. I'm like so not worried about Green Bay. I most likely the winner out of the Niners Cowboys game is going to be ending. I don't see Tampa Bay getting they
He
have,
breaking up.
as long with Antonio Brown no longer being there. Their defense shaky. Cardinals, if they get healthy, they could be scared, but it's that if factor. Until all of them are back together, they're missing something. So the NFC is almost unpredictable, but I'm not predicting Green Bay. I'm not putting no money on Green Bay. We done seen this 3 years in a row now.
Well, we seen Raiders not make the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl since '84.
We've seen
And
the
the
Raiders in the
quarterback and the
playoffs in
quarterback and the
2022. I don't think
quarterback
the
that
Giants
Green
in the
Bay
playoffs in
has
Got,
2022.
won a Super
Solo
Bowl.
always
Wow,
got that.
so,
Solo always
The
got
wow,
that
quarterback
so,
that
Super
Green Bay
Bowl
has won a Super
oh my
chocolate
Bowl.
in
God.
the chamber.
So what you talking, brother?
All right, fellas.
You're sounding like a hypocrite right now.
All right,
Cello.
fellas.
And they
It
got
was it
a
was
a Super
fun.
Bowl winning quarterback on the team.
Listen. It was fun, bro. Y'all was excellent. Y'all was on point. Y'all knew y'all stuff as always. Mark and Mike, y'all got us anticipating the Cowboys, the Niners game, anticipating Philly and Tampa, the Raiders, Cincy. It's gonna be an excellent playoffs, and everybody mentioning Arizona flying under the radar. Mark doesn't believe that, but it was excellent. Cello, any final words?
Terrence is cracking me up on the daggone chat, man. That cat is crazy. I
Salute to
wish he was
them.
on this show, man. I wish he was
Salute
on.
to
But
our brother
yo,
Terrence.
brothers, fellas, man, it's always we go at each other. I enjoy y'all. At the same time, much respect to everyone's team that did make the playoffs. Even though I get at y'all, I got the ship running. SHIP, just in case anybody watching. Did he say the curse word? Ship with the
It
P
sound
at the end.
awfully close. I was like, hold on.
Listen, so but much respect to y'all. Love this show, man. Have a good time with y'all fellas. I have a good time with y'all in the chat. I love that we go at each other, but at the end of the day, we already know it's all love. And this is gonna be a fun weekend, man. I'm gonna really enjoy this with y'all, man.
Yeah, man.
All right. Ruben, any final words?
Yeah, David, see you on the boat.
Short
Love
and
you,
sweet.
brother. See you on the boat. Love you,
That's
brother.
Short
messed
and
up.
sweet. Short and
Messed
sweet.
up.
Donald, how about you, bro? Any final words?
Hey, blessed being on the show with you guys. Can't wait for this weekend. But David, be ready for them cupcakes on Monday because they coming. I got a whole for you.
David got all the hate coming. I love it. Somebody other than me, I appreciate it.
David, any final words?
Yeah, I just want everybody to know next week when y'all all muted, this is all documented because y'all
Respect
all picked
that
me to
man.
lose.
He's the guru.
Y'all all picked me to lose. Just remember that, a minute.
Yes, it is.
Respect that man. He's a guru. He's on a winning streak. Let's not act like he's not on a winning streak.
Press picked them to
Mark,
lose. Press picked
Mark,
them to lose.
no, Mike didn't pick them to lose. Mike,
Okay.
I think Mike is the only one, him and Lamar, the only one that didn't pick them to lose.
Okay.
Mark, any final words?
Yo, man, I love you guys, man. Y'all got me looking forward, hands down, to every Thursday night, man. I know I could be a big mouth, but that if you know me and you've been around me, it's been going on for decades at this point. You know what I'm saying? But I want everybody to know I respect you guys, man. And if you're in the playoffs, congratulations. If you're not in the playoffs and you're rebuilding, make your business to rebuild the right way. You know what I'm saying? Steve, once again, excellent show. Mike, I can't wait for you to be back so you can commentate also. You know what I'm saying? But not next week. Week after next, you get knocked out. You know, I don't need you to be. And to let you know, yo, D, man, welcome to the family, man. You know, you've been sticking it out all year. You and Ruben, man, welcome to the family. Know that we beat each other up. Know that we talk a lot of smack. Ain't never, ever personal, bro. If you see the mean faces I make, that don't mean nothing, bro. I'm a pussycat. You know what I'm saying? To the point where when I love you. If I don't even talk to you. So just know that, you know, I appreciate this show, man, and y'all give me the outlet I need since I'm so far away from home, and I appreciate you guys, man.
Word.
Yes,
Word
sir.
up, brother.
Yes,
Appreciate you too,
Brother
man.
Timmy, any final words?
Oh, it's on me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Eating that chicken, he don't hear
Cardinals win. Raiders win. Dallas lose. Philly lose. And Chiefs win.
Your chicken ain't done.
The guru has spoken.
Oh, my chicken is done. But you're going to be home early. One and done.
Guru has skipped.
That brother hating on the outro. Last but not least,
I'm proud of it.
the real moderator, any final words?
Yeah, man, great show, man. I had to pop on because I knew I wasn't gonna get a chance till next week. But yeah, man, it's always love. Y'all are being introduced to what me and Mark grew up doing for the last 20 some odd years. So
in the room by ourselves. In the room by ourselves.
So y'all getting invited into our world. So just understand it's all love. Like that's my blood brother, literally. So this is what we do. But y'all just flies on the wall that happen to be witnessing the chaos. So even though Lamar know, Timmy know, y'all know. So enjoy it. This is our outlet that allows us to talk about our teams and be able to get all that off our chest. So it's a great time. But I'm going to broadcast from that stadium after that win, and trust me, it's going to be a great time. Have a good one, y'all.
Yo, Mike, we pray traveling mercies for you and Kamisha. May
Word,
you have a
well,
blessed
pray you
time,
get there
brother.
safe. That's
May
a
you have a
fact,
blessed
man.
time, brother.
Final word.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all.
He can't wait. Lamar said he can't wait. Mike pick games real quick. And Kevin finally said he love y'all brothers and mute Mike's mic.
Welcome to the family, guys.
I appreciate y'all brothers this evening, man. Mike, safe travels, as Terrence
Thank you, sir.
on the chat,
Yo,
man.
Terrence and Al love y'all, man. Terrence and Al love y'all.
I'm not picking a winner for any of them games. Only Kansas City game I'm picking a winner, and the Rams game because I want no offense to you, Donald, but I'm picking the Rams because our brother Megan, who also was part of the show, he went on to Paradise last year, so that's the only reason why I'm picking the Rams over everybody to win it all. And then I'm picking Kansas City because I like Mahomes, but I appreciate y'all, brothers, man. I love y'all. I just wanted to be a good game for the Niners, good game for the Cowboys, good game for the Raiders, the Eagles, everybody, man. I appreciate y'all tonight for keeping me on my toes. It was very interesting. Mike and Mark's dynamic is something we all anticipated because we knew it was coming. And like Mike said, we grew up watching Mike and Mark go at it, and even Mark going at David and going at me and Lamar and me. You know, we done all been addressed together ringside and watching sports, everything. But I appreciate y'all, bro. Welcome to the family again, Donald and Ruben. I love y'all. y'all brothers, man. Good night, man.
Good
Good
night,
night.
Have a
brothers.
good night, fellas. Peace,
Good
man.
night.
Love you guys.
Have a good night.
Y'all be good. Watch them games. Watch them games.
Bang, bang, night
Hey,
gang, bang.
May the best team win.
pew pew.